I've been working on this exhibition for a year, and it's actually quite like a trip down memory lane in that sense, seeing everything together, because once you finish creating a piece, you kind of put it aside and you not forget about it, but it's out of sight, out of mind. So seeing everything together is quite emotional. It's quite like, oh, I forgot about this shit that happened this year. So it's kind of like putting everything into perspective and just realizing, wow, it's really been a tough year. And yeah, I think creating the pieces is like coping with whatever happens in a day-to-day tough situation. So I think that's what always inspires my work, is kind of using it as a coping mechanism to get past the tough shit and carrying on. And yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I'm very excited to be here. The ceramics, I grew up playing in the clay. My mom's a ceramicist, so I grew up playing with clay, and I decided after studying graphic design, this is what I want to do, and I love the medium. So I use earthenware clay, and my firing temperatures for bisque is quite high. It's 1,050 degrees. And for the glaze firing, it's 1,160 degrees. And then the last fire, which is the luster fire, is about 760 degrees. And I use commercial underglazes and transparent glazes. So my color and the images, which is the most important part, are all underglaze works done by hand. So yeah, that's the medium, and that's what I do. Okay, so this one is a representation of my life and everything I love. I moved into a very old house about 3 years ago, and because it's an old house, in the garden we dug up some pieces of pottery and crockery, and I'm a very hands in the earth type of person. I think it relates well to the clay that's from the earth as well. So this one kind of represents that, being outside, being in the ground and in nature and getting your hands dirty. So this one represents that. All right, so this one, I created everything by hand, and yeah, even the butterfly was created individually and slipped onto the plates. And yeah, each piece and all the little flowery floral faces were painted by hand and fired, and then the last firing process is the luster, which is all the shiny bits. All right, so this piece, self-portrait one, I created, it's a reflection of all things dear to me. So it represents all my tattoos, or some of my tattoos, and then also some of my jewelry, my most beloved jewelry. So as you can see, my rings are represented in this piece, and I just feel this one is a very personal plate, and yeah, I love it. Actually have to like be a lot of stuff, not just a ceramicist, because you have to be like a kind of a electrician. If your kilns, they're on the last leg, you have to fix it, because electricians don't usually work with things that are that quite niche and intense. So there's a lot of studying and diving into that and doing that. And like the glazers, sometimes they freak out and it's a chemical reaction. So you have to look up ways to kind of neutralize that and get that right. So yeah, it's quite a difficult profession, but it keeps me on my toes, and it is absolutely, I love doing ceramics.